What is going on, everyone? This is Maddie, and we're going to be playing Pokemon Platinum. This game is had some really fun times as a child, and I thought I'd share some of my tips and experiences with you guys. So, without further ado, let's begin. Go. Hello there. It is so very nice to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Rowan. However, everyone just calls me the Pokemon Professor. Before I go any further, is this your first adventure? If you need advice, I am certainly capable of giving it. Alright, so Rowan here will offer to give you info about the controls, adventure, or just skip all of that entirely. So I'll just quickly go through. Like, this really only applies if you're playing on a DS or any of the physical copies of the game. But since I'm playing an emulator, the controls are quite different. But here, let me just skip through these. X and Y opens the menu and uses a select item. Then the touchscreen, Pokemon like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, like all the Gen 4 games are very use the touchscreen heavily in most of their menus. It's because the DS was a new thing, and they really wanted to promote the dual screen and the touchscreen functionality and all that. So, yep. So these are gonna actually need to touch your stylus. Alright, I'll just go through the adventure info. So it's just a little prologue of what to expect from a Pokemon game. So, you are about to enter a world where you embark on a grand adventure of your very own. Speak to people and check things wherever you go, be in towns, roads, or caves. Gather information and hints from every possible source. New paths will open up to you when you help people in need, overcome challenges, and solve mysteries. At times you will be challenged by others to a battle. At other times, wild creatures may stand in your way. By overcoming such hurdles, you will gain great power. However, your adventure is not solely about becoming powerful. On your travels, we hope that you will meet countless people and through time, and through them, achieve personal growth. This is the most important objective of this adventure. Would you like to know more? Anything else? Nope, that's everything. This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. Here I have a Pokeball. Touch the button on the middle of the Pokeball, if you please. Okay, so you would just touch the center with the stylus, or mouse if you're using an emulator like I am. We humans live alongside Pokemon as friends. At times we play together, at other times we work together. Some people use their Pokemon to battle and develop closer bonds with them. What do? I conduct research so that we may learn more about Pokemon. Now why don't you tell me a bit about yourself? Are you a boy or are you a girl? Okay, I'm gonna choose the boy because I am a boy. Yep. Alright. I'm just gonna put in Maddie. You can switch between uppercase, lowercase, or other symbols and characters by using the select key, or just by moving your cursor up to these and selecting them, or tapping them with the stylus, either way. So I'm just gonna type my name all fancy, with upper and lowercase characters. And there we go. If you're done, you can just press the start button, highlight over, or touch the OK. Your name is Maddie. Yes, that is. Okay, so you're Maddie. A fine name that is. Now this boy here, I believe he's your friend. What might his name be? Alright, so, your rival. I haven't come up with any, like, good name to give him, so I'll just call him what his real name is, and that is Barry. Barry, it is. That's your friend's name? Yes. Alright, Maddie, the time has come. Your very own tale of grand adventure is about to unfold. On your journey, you will meet countless Pokemon and people. I'm sure that along the way, you will discover many things, perhaps even something about yourself. Now go on, leap into the world of Pokemon. Pokemon are by your sides, always. I hope you will understand the meaning of those words. That was a comment left by Professor Rowan, who has returned to Sinnoh from the Kanto region. Okay, so, about the Kanto region, you probably already know this, but the Kanto region is the first generation of Pokemon, or the setting where the first generation of Pokemon is, and has been revisited in a number of games, and, yeah. It housed the original 151 Pokemon, yada yada yada, and of course they reference it here. And in fact, the next Pokemon games after Platinum, which is Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which are remakes of the original Gold and Silver, have a post game where you go all the way back to Kanto in 3 years after the events of Red and Blue. So that's pretty sweet, and I hope the Pokemon Company would do something like that again. Alright, back to the game. That concludes our special program, Let's Ask Professor Rowan, brought to you by Jubilife TV on the nationwide net. See you next week, same time, same channel. Alright, so I was about to tell you the controls until Barry here just barged in. There you are. Hey Maddie, did you just see the TV? Sure you did. Professor Rowan, that really important guy who studies Pokemon, right? That means he must have lots of Pokemon. So if we ask him, I bet he'd give us some Pokemon. Oh hey, is this a new PC? Where was I? Oh, right. We're gonna see Professor Rowan and get some Pokemon. I'll be waiting outside. Okay, Maddie, if you're late, I'm finding you 10 million Pokemon dollars. Alright, so, as I was getting on to, the controls are left, right, up, down on your directional pad, or your arrow keys if you're playing an emulator. To interact with things, you press the A button or whatever button you set on your emulator. So that's how you interact with objects, people, or select things. The B button can be used to, which is like, well, yeah. Alright, let me clarify. The B button is used to cancel things, or as a no option. It's just, yeah, it's just to back out of menus, or yeah, it's just to, pretty self-explanatory, just to cancel things. Okay. Alright, so this would be your select button, I believe, or is it your Y button? I believe it's the select button, and this is We'll get to this later, but you can assign key items to your select button to use like instantly without having to travel to navigate through your bag. Okay. The X button brings open your menu, or you can also bring up your menu by pressing the start key. You have your bag here, which is sorted with your general purpose items, your medicine, Pokeballs, TMs and HMs, berries, mail, battle items, and key items. Your trainer card, you can see how much money you have, your score, which I'm not sure why there's a score, but your time, your date when your adventure started, and if you press this little button here, you can see any gym badges you've earned and from the trainers or the gym leaders. Okay, here's to save your game. If you do this, one of the worst things about this game is saving a lot of data. It happens like after anything you do with the PC, but I'm not sure why it's doing that right now. Alright, there you go. So you can save your game, and when you close your game, open it up, you should be at your save file, unless your save is corrupted. If you've been like turning off the power when you're saving or something like that. But you shouldn't have issues if you're doing it properly. Alright, and then let me open the bag again. Options. So the options, you have your text speed, slow, medium, and fast. I might choose fast because you can hear me. I was not keeping up much with Professor Rowan dialogue, and also it just makes like if I accidentally press something again and I've already read it, I could just skip through it easily. Alright, so sound, stereo and mono, like stereo sound if you want. Battle scene on and off. This is like showing battle animations or move animations and all that. I want to keep that on just for scenic effect. Battle style, shift or set. This is, so in battle there's an, every time you defeat a Pokemon, if you have it to shift, it'll ask you, so-and-so will send out this Pokemon. Do you want to switch? If you set it to set, they'll just like bring in the Pokemon regardless. It won't prompt you for a switch. Okay, I'll just keep it at shifts just for default and just to make it like an easy like tutorial like adventure. Button mode, normal is fine. If you want your start to be X or L to equal A for some reason, if you want to play like one-handed or something with only using like your left hand, and you want to like quickly press A or something while you're doing something with your other hand, you can do that. And the frame, you can just move left to right to select a cool frame. Alright, I think I'll go with this one. Okay, once you do that, you can press close, and it'll prompt you if you want to save. Yes. And there we go. Now, I think I've gone over everything. If you walk up to the side, it'll automatically read it. The X button opens the menu. Okay, which I've already discussed. Here, if you go into your PC, you can see like a little thing where it says people live alongside Pokemon in this world. The people that battle Pokemon are called Pokemon trainers. Just a bit of terminology guide for those, and also a Wii because that was relevant during the time. Alright, so this is our mom. It's the same mom whether you play like both male or female characters. Her name is Joanna, I believe, and She makes a little cameo later on in the adventure, and I won't spoil it now. But, yeah. So, she says that, to go to Barry's house. Oh yes, Maddie. Don't go into the tall grass, wild Pokemon might attack you. It would be okay if you had your own Pokemon, but you don't, so... Well, take care, sweetie. So, I've been missing some of the dialogue, but it's okay. So, this is what the overworld looks like in Platinum. Oh, as you can see, there's some, like, a bit graphical errors on the emulator. But in Diamond and Pearl, this all was, like, nice and green, but in Platinum it's supposed to be more of a wintry, setting, so they added a bunch of snow, they made it, like, a bit of a darker green, and, yeah, they made, like, some areas more, like, more, what's the word, like, more, I lost it. Alright, so, over here you can check the mailbox, and you'll see Barry's house, and, oh, thud. What was that about? Oh, hey, Maddie. Hey, I'm gonna see Professor Rowan. You should come too, and quickly. Oh, geez, forgot something. Alright, so, the point is we're supposed to follow him in. I've kind of wasted a lot of time explaining the basics, but basically it won't let you go up and out of Twin Leaf Town into Route 201 unless you've talked to Barry, so I gotta do that. I better take my bag and journal too. Oh, hey, Maddie. I'll be waiting on the road. It's a 10 million fine if you're late. Oh boy. This emulator screen is kind of small. You obviously don't see it because the screen will be, like, stretched a bit to fit the overlay, but yeah, but it's kind of hard to read sometimes. Too slow. Alright, let's get moving to Professor Rowan's lab. What? Don't go into the tall grass, right? No worries, no problem. Doesn't matter if we don't have any Pokemon. Trust me on this one, I've got an idea. Now listen, you know how wild Pokemon jump out when you go into tall grass? So what you do is you scoot over to the next patch of grass before any wild Pokemon can appear. We'll just keep dashing, we can get to Sandgem Town without running into wild Pokemon. Okay, stick with me. Okay, here goes. On your marks. Oh, he's gonna jump it. On your marks. Hold it! You two don't seem to have any Pokemon between you. Then what is the meaning of going into the tall grass? Hey Maddie, this old guy. It's Professor Rowan, isn't it? What's he doing here? They tried to go into the tall grass because they wanted Pokemon. What to do? Their world will surely change if they were to meet Pokemon. Is it right for me to put them on that path? You two, you truly love Pokemon, do you? Yeah, I've been a fan for like 7 years now? Yes. Me too. I love Pokemon too. I'll ask you once again. You two, you truly love Pokemon, do you? What? You can ask 100 times, the answer will never change. We'll both answer 100 times, we love Pokemon. Right, Maddie? Yes. A pair of reckless kids who foolishly try to enter tall grass without Pokemon of their own? It worries me that people like that would do with Pokemon. Well then, forget about me, but give a Pokemon to my friend here. I mean, it was me who tried to go into the tall grass and all. How big of you. Very well then, I will entrust you two with the Pokemon. I apologize for putting you through that exercise. However, you must promise me that you will never recklessly endanger yourself again. Now then. Now where... Professor Rowan, You left your briefcase at the lake. Ah, darn umbrella references. Oh, is there something wrong here? Ah, there it is. Dawn, nice work. So Dawn is the female protagonist. You probably saw during the boy or like choose the gender segments. So if you were to choose Dawn as your main character, Lucas would be the professor's assistant and would be in charge of delivering the briefcase and like being your pseudo rival, I guess, but not really. Ah, there it is, Dawn. Nice work. What I was about to do was to entrust these two with their own Pokemon. Pardon? Those Pokemon are hard to replace. Are you sure about giving them away? We exist side by side with Pokemon. There comes a time when people should meet Pokemon. There is a world that should be explored together. For them, today is that time. The place, right here. Go on, open the briefcase and choose a Pokemon. Really? Professor Rowan? I can't believe it. I'm so happy right now that I can't keep a straight face. Hey Maddie, you can choose first. Hey, I'm practically a grown-up. I have to show some class here. Yeah, and by that you're gonna choose the one that my starter's weak against, like usual. Alright, so this is where you get to choose your starter. The standard for Pokemon games is that you'd have the option between choosing a fire starter, a water starter, or a grass starter. Their types are like a rock, paper, scissors, and like water is strong against fire, fire is strong against grass, and grass is strong against water, like a rock, paper, scissors sort of thing. Your rival will always choose the one that is strong against you. So like if you chose like here, let me just get into the bag so I can actually show you. Look, these are Pokeballs. There's a Pokemon in each one. Now choose, which Pokemon will it be? So this Pokemon is the tiny leaf Pokemon Turtwig. This is the grass starter. The chimp Pokemon Chimchar is the fire starter. You can also tell by the different colored texts. The penguin Pokemon Piplup. So, yeah, I've actually decided beforehand which starter I want to pick, and as much as I love Turtwig and Chimchar, I kind of want to try Piplup because it's kind of the one I've least used. For those like new to Pokemon, I'd suggest choosing like Chimchar because it is like really good. Gen 4 had a severe lack of fire type Pokemon, so I'd recommend getting like the only like so I'd recommend you getting that fire type option if you can. And it also evolves into fire fighting type with really good moves, like pretty even like stat spread for like both attack or special attacks. So you can like run mixed set like featuring both physical and special attacks, and I'll explain that later. And Turtwig, I've used it because it's actually my favorite Gen 4 starter. But it doesn't do well at some of the late game areas, specifically northern Sinnoh, where there's a lot of ice type Pokemon because it's like snowed over and a more like a hail and snowy climate. So I'm gonna choose Piplup. I've only ever chose Piplup like twice, one of which was like an actual playthrough, which I don't think I've ever completed, and another one was just to complete the dex, so for another platinum game. So I'm gonna choose Piplup. Then I choose you. I'm picking this Turtwig. See, picks the grass starter, which is strong against water. Very well, both of you have chosen a good Pokemon, it seems. Now listen well. The Pokemon you have been entrusted with are unfamiliar with the world. In that regard, they're much like you. As fellow newcomers to the world, I hope you'll do well together. If you have any trouble, come see me at my lab in Sandgem Town. And now we'll be on our way. Professor, wait for me, please. I'm sorry, please let me pass. You got space right there. How do you like that? Professor Rowan's really nice. On TV, he seems so stern and scary. Heh, Maddie. We've both got Pokemon now. There's only one thing to do, right? Are you up for this? Alright, so right now, you can probably guess what he's gonna do, but he's gonna challenge me to a Pokemon battle. In Diamond and Pearl, the whole starting to the game is pretty different. Barry will ask you to take him to Lake Acuity, which is left of here. Left of this crossroad. You'll find Professor Rowan's briefcase. You'll choose a Pokemon because you'll be attacked by Starly, and then Professor Rowan will let you keep those Pokemon. So, in this game, instead of battling a wild Pokemon, you'll battle your rival. And yeah, let's get started. And then I could show you the basics of battling, and then I think we'll end it here because we're pretty much almost out of time. Alright. Oh, I skipped that, but Maddie, I challenge you to a battle. Alright, you are challenged by Pokemon Trainer Barry. Pokemon Trainer Barry sends out Turtwig. Alright, a lot of things to explain here. So, at the top screen, you can see the sprites and your like HUD or heads-up display. So to the bottom right is your Pokemon's heads-up display. It'll say the name or the nickname of your Pokemon, the gender, the level, and how much HP you have. And if you can see it, at the very bottom of it, you'll see an XP bar. It'll become more apparent when you gain XP because it'll show up as blue. Okay, on the bottom screen, you'll, oh wait, I forgot to mention, the top left is your opponent's heads-up display. It'll show everything, that your Pokemon's heads-up display has, except, like, the fraction of your HP. It'll just show the HP bar, not the 21 out of 21 you see here. And it won't show an XP bar because that would be kind of that won't really make sense if like NPC trainers would gain EXP when the next time. Actually, never mind. So if you click fight here, I should explain these later because we're running out of time. But when you press fight, you'll have 4 move options. Two of these are blanked out because since your Pokemon is at a low level, it only learns a certain amount of moves, and they're both normal types. So normal type is like the most basic type of them all. They're not super effective against anything, but they're only weak against like maybe one thing, which is fighting. And normal type Pokemon are immune to ghosts, normal type moves cannot hit ghosts as well. So it's sort of like yeah. And it makes sense too because you can't really like for example, you can't like hit a ghost with like pounding it. So, okay, so I'll explain this like in another episode, but like about the move descriptions. But as you can see, there's like a PP here, which says 35 out of 35 and 40 out of 40. These are how much moves can be used before you can't use those moves anymore. So if I say like use pound like 35 times without like healing at a Pokemon Center or like using an elixir or something, then you can't use that move anymore. It's as simple as that. Okay, so then I'll just use pound and we'll see. So Piplup use pound. You can see it takes a quarter of the HP, or like a little quarter of the HP there. Right. What in the? That one hurt you. Okay, so So as you can see, we took a bit of the HP. We can just use pound again, and the goal is to bring the opponent's HP to 0. Okay, so what Turtwig is doing is he's using a move called Withdrawal, which increases his defense, which means that physical attacks won't do as much damage to it. As you can see, as you could probably notice, that the second pound didn't do as much damage as the first, and that was because he set up a withdrawal, and it's doing less damage. So if I use Growl, it'll lower his attack, which means he won't do much physical damage against me. There are also special moves, which have their own respective stats called like special attack and special defense, while physicals has attack and defense. And they're sort of like attack and defense, but like for its own like side of it. Your Pokemon and the opponent's Pokemon have like special attack, special defense, and regular defense, which can explain how much defense and how much hits they can take from both types of attacks. I'll explain more, but I probably should finish this battle. Okay. You can also like skip through. You can also like select it if you like press A, or you can tap the touchscreen, which I've been doing, and I should be using the keys because they're much easier than clicking and dragging the mouse every time. No way, we can keep going. This is where we hit our stride. Alright, now Turtwig is tackling us, and he's doing some damage, but since we had the Growl, it's not doing as much damage as normal. Alright, we're almost done. Alright, the health is in the red. We're almost done. But the thing is, Turtwig's catching up on the damage side. Oh no. Uh-oh. This might... Come on. Yes! Alright, that was really close. Because you saw Turtwig is doing like 3 damage every time, and one more hit, and he would have taken us down. So as you can see, the XP bar raises, and we're leveled up to level 6, and you can see we gained some stats. As you can see, there are like 6 stats: max HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. So HP and max HP is like pretty self-explanatory. They're like your hit points, as you like the fraction that you saw there. It's a 21 and a 21. That will increase a bit because our max HP was raised. Attack and defense I've already explained. Like the amount of damage you do is calculated by your attack and the opponent's defense. And special attack and special damage is like counted by your special attack and the opponent's special defense. And speed is just whoever goes first in a battle. If it's the same speed, it'll like a coin flip for whoever goes first. Okay. Yep. Now you can clearly see that the XP bar is blue. Whew. Let's go home. I'm beat after the battle. My Pokemon need a rest too. See ya, Maddie. Alright. What's the matter, dear? Wow, that's what happened to you? You and Barry are lucky to have met Professor Rowan. Imagine if you didn't. I wouldn't like to think what the wild Pokemon might have done to you two. Maddie, go see Professor Rowan and thank him properly for your Pokemon. His lab is in Sandgem Town, isn't it? Now that you have your own Pokemon, the tall grass won't be so threatening. Alright. Oh, I know. Oh, I forgot there's more dialogue. Maddie, put these on. Maddie received a pair of running shoes. Going to Sandgem Town is like an adventure in itself, right? With those running shoes, you can get to faraway places much faster. Okay, let me read the instructions. Press the B button to dash about faster than ever before. Put on the running shoes and blaze new trails of adventure. Well, isn't that just nifty? Alright, so... Yep, no more dialogue. So with that, I think I'll end the episode right here. Next episode, we'll head to Sanjam Town and thank Professor Rowan properly for our Pokemon. And we can also teach you some more about Pokemon battles. And, yeah. We'll get to it later. I'll just stop by the sign. Oh, oops. Wrong button. I'll go save, and we'll end the episode. Thankfully, it's not saving a lot of data. Yeah. Alright. See ya. And hope you look forward to next episode, and see ya later. Goodbye.